Why take the risk of guessing the height on takeoff and landing when SkyVoice Alert 500 gives you audible callouts from 1 foot to 500 feet up and down? SkyVoice Alert 500 is the only FAA-approved takeoff and landing height announcer, and it also gives you reminders and warnings on gear, flaps, and more. Quick and easy install, Bluetooth or wired. Get yours today at holymicro.com and receive a $300 discount at Sun & Fun, booth D54.
The M700 Fury. An aircraft worthy of the name, an indomitable force. With performance surpassing its predecessor, the M700 Fury has 20% shorter takeoff and landing distances, a 30% improved climb rate of over 2,000 feet per minute, and reaches a maximum cruise speed of over 300 knots. Experience the Fury. Join the legacy.
I'm currently using the Hartzell Talon, by far the best aerobatic propeller ever come out.
I use the Trailblazer. It adds performance to the Super Decathlon and dependability, and it's rugged.
Hartzell's been an excellent partner for Whip Air, just in terms of your product support as well as keeping an eye on the market and developing new products that meet demand.
It's helping us all have better performing airplanes.
It's such a proud honor to fly behind that propeller.
And good morning, Sun & Fun. It is day 2 of the Sun & Fun Aerospace Expo, the 50th anniversary of aviation's great spring break, and the coolest place in Florida for, boy, just like all year as far as we're concerned, at least till next January, and we'll talk to you about that a little bit later on. This morning's morning brief is brought to you by the folks at Hartzell Propeller, Hartzell Engine Technologies, and Hartzell Universe, Hartzell Galaxy. They are building a group of companies that's serving in aviation in just the most amazing ways. As you can see behind us, the skies are starting to blue up in a big way. We're expecting a high of 88 degrees. You gotta love Florida. Winds southeast at 10 to 20. Considerable clouds early as we see breaking up now. Some decrease in clouds later in the day. And again, as we're expecting 10 to 20 throughout the day. We'll see what happens tonight, especially with the night air show. Yesterday, we conducted the phenomenal innovation preview that was just professionally, perfectly done by my staff. I couldn't ask for better from Nathan and Holland and all the gang who just put together a phenomenal presentation. But there was a really big news story yesterday. Nobody was really expecting it. I kind of had a hint, but yesterday Piper and Delta Hawk had some interesting news. Take it away, Nathan.
Good morning. I'm Christopher Rude, CEO of Delta Hawk Engines. I'm here today to talk about some exciting opportunities and some exciting innovations that Delta Hawk's been able to achieve over time. I'd like to announce that we are expanding our FAA certified DHK 180 jet-fueled engines. The FAA's first clean sheet of paper engine, piston engine that's been certified in over 50 years. And we're in the process of expanding that to both 200 and 235 horsepower outputs above and beyond the 180 that is already certified. We are working on the amendment and that expansion as we speak, but in the process, we've had a very good commercial success in a lot of different airframe customers as well as pilots. We also have announced the innovation of the adaptation of our engine to be powered by hydrogen, and look forward for some of the customers that we're in the process of working on that with in the future. We have one more announcement for today. Above and beyond the experimental aircraft that we've mentioned that we have firewall forward kits for, as we speak today, Delta Hawk and Piper are announcing a joint partnership for offering a jet fueled option with a PA-44 multi-engine aircraft.
There you go. Cool stuff indeed, no? We had a little bit of an inkling that something was going on. I had the chance to test fly the Delta Hawk on board the SR-20 test vehicle. They brought it down to Florida, and I noticed after they visited me in Jacksonville that they went a little further south. So there you go, at history in the making. We're going to take a quick commercial break now. Obviously, we got to pay the bills. I'm a hungry boy. So we want to get that done, and more important than anything else, we've got a great guest coming up in just a few moments. You can see a little bit of a hint behind us, but let's talk all things Junkers, all things Waco. We'll be introducing Marshall Haglin in a moment. We'll be right back.
The Aero-News Network Sun and Fun Digital Daily Morning Brief, live from Lakeland, Florida, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Flying is my entire life. It's all that I've ever known. I've relied on Hartzell propellers since about 1995. Hartzell means much more than a propeller. It's a relationship. When you hear the phrase built on honor, they care about us as pilots, they care about our community, and they care about the product they build. It's such a proud honor to fly behind that propeller.
The M700 Fury. An aircraft worthy of the name, an indomitable force. With performance surpassing its predecessor, the M700 Fury has 20% shorter takeoff and landing distances, a 30% improved climb rate of over 2,000 feet per minute, and reaches a maximum cruise speed of over 300 knots. Experience the Fury. Join the legacy.
Why take the risk of guessing the height on takeoff and landing when Sky Voice Alert 500 gives you audible callouts from 1 foot to 500 feet up and down? Sky Voice Alert 500 is the only FAA-approved takeoff and landing height announcer, and it also gives you reminders and warnings on gear, flaps, and more. Quick and easy install, Bluetooth or wired. Get yours today at holymicro.com and receive a $300 discount at Sun & Fun, booth D54.
What? You're still there? You guys haven't learned a darn thing, have you? Welcome back to the 50th Annual Sun & Fun Aerospace Expo. We are live from the Compass Rose in front of the Elevate building. We've just been having a ball. We've actually been out here quite a few days getting prepped and ready and so forth and so on, picking people up at airports and running around and trying to keep everybody happy and, well, basically barely succeeding. But we've been having a ball, and there's been some great news being made. And if you may notice, there's this kind of mysterious aircraft in the background. So let's go to Marshall Haglund from both Junkers as well as Waco Aircraft and talk about what's new with Junkers.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah, of course, we've been in the hangar doing development, doing engineering, working on what we always do, which is to try to revive the old brands, the old forms that designers from the 20s, 30s, and 40s they've already done the hard work and they've done the artistic work, but we're bringing a modern technology and a modern design twist to it. We're committed to preserving, not only the form but the feelings that you get when you first take flight, and continue that passion for aviation.
Well, passion for aviation is written all over your airplanes because in addition to the Junkers series, which was introduced as the A50 Junior last year, which was just gorgeous. I mean, corrugated. I mean, for anybody, let me make an admission here. I once did a skydive out of Iron Annie, if you know that story. Extraordinary airplanes, extraordinary construction, extraordinary everything, and to bring that back, I mean, we're going to have fun with our airplanes. These are not airplanes that are meant to be utility items or anything else, but if we're going to have fun with them, we got to give them passion and chutzpah and all kinds of crazy things so you can go on out and feel proud to fly something.
Well, and the one thing that I discovered with working around these aircraft is there's certain aircraft that are built to get you from point A to point B. This is the aircraft that you fly when you arrive at point B. So we have people flying in their Beechcraft and their Cessnas, but then they come to our factory for a demo ride, let's say, and that's when the experience begins. So not to put down any of the other manufacturers, but it's just a different category. And that's where, like you said, that utility piece. Yeah, some aircraft are there to get you to the final destination. We feel like our aircraft are waiting there at the final destination, and then flying them is its own experience.
What's been your experience in making the adaptation to the radial engine on the Heritage?
Well, I haven't been able to really talk about it too openly because we just did the innovation preview yesterday, and then press from Germany and our team there went live with it. But I know that what we did was we listened to the feedback. When we powered the A50 Junior and we chose the Rotax power plant for its reliability, its economy, its longevity, and so, but it wasn't true. It wasn't true to the soul, right, of the aircraft, and to the original intent, the original design form. So, what more to do than to keep listening to the passionate users, as well as the sort of listening to the past, if you could say that, and listen to the soul of the aircraft and what it's asking for.
This must have been a fascinating development process.
Yeah, and I will say, with the archive photograph we have, the video, the Junker family, a lot of that, and we were able to identify very down to the finest details of assembly and engineering and build elements, such as what you'll see, the windscreen is a new profile, but the other standout item is the analog instrument cluster. So going back to those round gauges, and it's a departure from us because we are a Garmin OEM, but to depart from that Garmin large digital touchscreen was a tough choice, but ultimately, again, what is something that we could give back to the aviation community that touches the most true form of flight and echoes the innovation that happened originally, when it was originally designed and developed and flown in 1929.
So what's the process from here? When will the aircraft be available? And most important, how will it be marketed? Because, thinking as you're talking, gosh, this has got to be the perfect flight club airplane.
Could be, especially for a flight club that wants that element of a vintage element, but yet it's still accessible. It's still within the light sport category. It's a perfect two-seat trainer because we have duplicate controls with the rudder pedals, the stick, the brake. So yeah, a flight club would be a great use case if they really want to up their style.
Style being the operative word here.
Yes, that's we can't take credit for the silhouette that we get to brag and show off, because that was original. That was in the Hugo Junkers dreamed it up, and he was a designer later in life. He didn't sort of answer the call early on. He had a separate career, to my understanding, but later in life he decided that he should in fact pursue his passion, which was aircraft design, and we're ever so grateful that he did.
Well, there you go. Junkers setting aviation back over half a century. Good for you.
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate it.
Well, I'm dying to fly it. I'm looking forward to it. Where can people get more information on the bird?
Yeah, junkersaircraft.com. You did ask earlier about the development and the availability. This model that we're unveiling is so early that we don't have a lot of those details. Obviously, we're always looking, we meaning the aviation community, is always looking at AirVenture, and so we may set targets that line up with AirVenture.
We need anybody to ferry airplanes out to AirVenture. I'm always available. Yeah. Especially gives me a chance to make another stop at the Waco Kitchen up in Battle Creek.
There we go. We got your number. We'll have you as our guest.
There we go. We thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing the wraps come off it and going over to do the touchy-feely thing.
There we go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
All righty, folks. We got an interesting little piece coming up. Gene Conrad introduced the Innovation Preview yesterday. Talked a little bit about some of the things that are going on in the future, as well as their immediate plans, the flying itself. And let's take a look at what Gene, the flying machine, the boss of Sun and Fun, Gene Conrad, has to say about Sun and Fun, past, present, and future.
Thank you all for being here for our 50th fly-in, our 50th celebration. We welcome, yeah, there you go. We are especially grateful to the over 20,000 volunteers that we have on record over these 50 years that help us put on this event. They are the heart and soul. We're not for profit, and without them, we would not be here today. And over 2,900 that are here this week helping us put this event on. Spectacular daily air shows this year will be headlined by our U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. We'll also have the U.S. Air Force F-35 demo team is already here with us, and the U.S. Navy F-18 Hornet demo team as well. Also, significant participation by our good friends at Commemorative Air Force this year. Tora will be here, the Tora Bomb Squad, so please pay attention and come out for our Wednesday and Saturday night fireworks. We typically don't do Wednesday night fireworks. You will not want to miss it. There are 5 elements in it. If you go to your local municipally run fireworks shows, those are amateur hour compared to what we will present to you on Wednesday and Saturday. Also, a special appearance today, the Connie, the Super Constellation Baton. Air Legends Foundation is bringing their Connie here along with their Tiger Cat, so we're looking forward to their arrival today, and it's going to be a great show. Also this year, over 560 exhibitors this year, 805 spaces, a record number of exhibitors here for the event this year. 2010 was our previous record of 520, so you guys have done a great job participating and being here with new exhibitors I just talked to this year as well, and we appreciate y'all's participation, and we're looking forward to obviously a great year.
And we're back live from the 50th Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo at the Lakeland Linder International Airport, or as we otherwise know it, God's country. It's beautiful today. The sun is coming out, the clouds are clearing, and that 88 degrees is going to come real fast, we promise. There's a massive air show planned for today, and keep in mind Wednesday also includes a night air show, but some of the highlights that we're looking forward to tonight include the Thunderbird arrival. Thunderbird 8 is coming by in an F-16 Delta. We've got Patriot Parachute Team, Tora. Larry Kelly's coming by in Panchito, the B-25. Plenty of warbirds from CAF. Doug Rosendahl and Mr. Mulligan. You cannot miss that. Our friend Patty Wagstaff is going to come in and do one or two little interesting things. RJ Gritter is flying in the decathlon. We've known R.J. Gritter back from his model airplane days, so we're pleased to see him out in full-scale aviation. Lift Aircraft is demoing the Hexa. Kevin Coleman in an extra 330 Sierra Charlie. Scale Wings is demoing the SW-51. Jim Peets and the F-33C Bonanza, aerobatic Bonanza. And, of course, Mikey Golian doing his thing, being Mikey. It's going to be a good day. Alrighty. Other events coming up for the day. We have a 0900 ET forum session on the J3 Cub and the proposed rudder AD from the Cub Club and CFAA 06. At 1100 ET, Gyroplanes 101, a presentation in CFAA 10. Should be a lot of fun if you ever want to know a little bit more about gyroplanes, and take my word for it, you should. And finally, an 1800 ET presentation at the hangar, new area just little ways from the Elevate building, by the Air Legend Foundation about the C-121A Baton. It's going to be a great day at Sun and Fun. We hope you're here. If you're not here, we hope you're on your way. And if you're not on your way, watch Airborne this afternoon to see what you're missing. There's plenty of stuff at airborne-live.net. Our news is at Sun and Fun Digital Daily, SNFDD.com. And then, of course, just all kinds of stuff from the Sun and Fun folks, from other folks that are covering. And let's face it, there's no better way to start a year than hanging out at Sun and Fun, playing with airplanes, playing with airplane people, and just simply enjoying everything that aviation provides. It's great stuff. It is our pleasure to be able to present it to you. My thanks to my crew and everybody working behind the scenes. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 0900.
The Aero-News Network Sun & Fun Digital Daily Morning Brief, live from Lakeland, Florida, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Why take the risk of guessing the height on takeoff and landing when Sky Voice Alert 500 gives you audible callouts from 1 foot to 500 feet up and down? Sky Voice Alert 500 is the only FAA-approved takeoff and landing height announcer, and it also gives you reminders and warnings on gear, flaps, and more. Quick and easy install, Bluetooth or wired. Get yours today at holymicro.com and receive a $300 discount at Sun & Fun, booth D54.
The M700 Fury. An aircraft worthy of the name, an indomitable force. With performance surpassing its predecessor, the M700 Fury has 20% shorter takeoff and landing distances, a 30% improved climb rate of over 2,000 feet per minute, and reaches a maximum cruise speed of over 300 knots. Experience the Fury. Join the legacy.